So we all heard rumors about Ricochet leaving the WWE. So, the moment he flew in like Son Goku, you knew he's about to get broken in half. Now I really hope he stays in the WWE. I mean, Ricochet is unlike any other on the roster, but I wouldn't necessarily blame him if he did leave. Dude got the speed title and said, nah fam, I'm done. But Bron Breakker, I'm so impressed by both him and WWE's ability to make it work so fast. Dude is a machine. I'm seriously getting young Brock Lesnar vibes from this dude. Paul Heyman as a manager when. But welcome back everybody to another episode of Greatness of Raw. This video is going to be a little bit different. I decided to change up the format. Some of you guys probably noticed already, but I'm trying to work on my content a lot more right now, trying to make these videos a bit more fun to watch. So the flow of this video is going to be a little bit different, but in general, I did enjoy this episode of Raw. I know I complained about last week's Raw, last week's SmackDown, and this show wasn't necessarily that different, but this Ricochet and Bron Breakker segment is something that I guess I really needed from the WWE. What I found interesting about this show is Drew McIntyre acting like a babyface. It's really confusing. We don't know whether Damian Priest is a heel or a good guy. It's really confusing, but in this show, Drew McIntyre was the good guy, and I'll tell you why. First of all, Drew McIntyre says he's not focused on anything else but 5 days at Clash at the Castle. He forgot about CM Punk for 2 minutes straight. Great job, Drew McIntyre. He does have a problem with Damian Priest though. There's always Judgment Day protecting him. Damian Priest says McIntyre has his title shot at Clash at the Castle, but he's still out here making excuses. So he fixed that. Drew McIntyre versus Finn Bálor tonight. If Drew McIntyre beats Bálor, the Judgment Day are barred from ringside at Clash at the Castle. And I really love the way Damian Priest tried to make it make sense. I don't need the Judgment Day. I just like them having around. I find this segment interesting because clearly Drew McIntyre is the good guy right here. He's being outnumbered. And it's pretty understandable why WWE are doing this. Clash of the Castle is in Scotland. Now we gotta make Drew McIntyre a little bit more likable, and this continued throughout the show. We got this Sheamus and Drew McIntyre segment where all of a sudden Sheamus and Drew are being friendly. Sheamus wishes him luck. After his victory, they're going to, well, get wasted. Sheamus says he's going to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. So we have Jay, Ludwig, and Sheamus now. There's something I have a question for you, mate. If you're going to become Mr. Money in the Bank, you're not gonna attack me from behind, are you? One thing's for sure, fella. It's going to be a banga after banga. Again, WWE tried to make Drew McIntyre look like a fan favorite before his match against Damian Priest. Then we had the main event of Monday Night Raw, which was Finn Bálor versus Drew McIntyre, and I quite enjoyed this match. Glad to see Drew McIntyre back in ring action. Even while making an entrance, Drew McIntyre interacted with the fans. And during the match, he was playing up to the crowd. We got the Judgment Day's interferences, which is also something you do against babyfaces. Drew McIntyre still ended up winning the match. That was the closing shot of Monday Night Raw. So which means the Judgment Day are barred from ringside. Now, I really hope Drew McIntyre is winning that championship. Look, like I've said many times before, I really like Damian Priest. This championship title reign is just simply not that interesting to me. What's interesting to me is Judgment Day's breakup. Finn versus Damian. His championship title reign just feels secondary. And WWE's attempt to make Drew McIntyre look like the good guy, like a fan favorite, kind of tells me that maybe he is winning that championship. What's also interesting about this Raw is that we got IYO SKY versus Lyra Valkyria, which is actually a pretty fun match. Now, IYO SKY won and Damage Control continued to attack Lyra. We got Carter and Chance with the save, and IYO lost her mind. That's how I react when I work on a video really hard and it gets 10 out of 10 on YouTube. And IYO says Damage Control has to change, which is pretty interesting. Are we seeing new members? Is she splitting up from the faction? I'm absolutely loving this Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio storyline. So first of all, we see the Judgment Day backstage. Apparently, Liv Morgan left Dominik her hotel room card. You know, just to watch Netflix, eat, just to hang out, play Monopoly. Play Monopoly. That's exactly what Liv Morgan wants to do with Dom Mysterio. And some boom boom. A little bit of boom boom. A little boom boom never hurt anybody. Just a little bit of boom boom. That's it. Liv wants to fuck. Carlito had his greatest moment in WWE since he came back. Dominik told them about this hotel room card, and Carlito said, "That's cool." I mean, he's kinda right. I love this. This was hilarious. No, Carlito, that's not cool. Then we saw a 6-man tag team match, which was, again, a pretty fun match. And during that, again, we got Liv Morgan. And she fell on Dominik Mysterio as if she's about to do some, you know. Look at this right here. WWE know what they're doing. Sex. That's what they're implying right here. Liv Morgan is kind of smashing Dominik right here. So the babyface team won the 6-man tag team match. And I'm loving this whole thing, man. She also said you need someone who's gonna call you daddy. It's also hilarious when some people are saying, oh my god, Dominik has a wife. They're actors. They're acting. Every time you see a movie, do you Google if an actor has a wife? They're just having fun. I don't know. It's working clearly. A lot of social media engagement and all that shit. So I'm loving this. I think it's interesting. People are responding. People are interested. It's building to a lot of cool shit happening in the future. I'm absolutely loving it. I also love this segment where Bálor says, we don't need the hotel room card. Yeah, pals. Right? We don't need that. Why? Oh, having fun with Liv. No. We don't care. We don't care. As a matter of fact, Dom! Give me the card. I'm gonna throw it out. Not gonna use it. We shouldn't. R-Truth and Miz again being kinda funny. R-Truth says we're gonna face APA, Bradshaw, and Farouk. Obviously he meant AOP. And of course it's Carlito who pulled some strings. So we got the tag team championship match, and man, they didn't have any aura to begin with. I'm talking about AOP, and I don't know what is happening. They're just there. You know, it's really unfortunate. They have zero aura at this point. Now, of course, R-Truth and The Miz retain the championships. I'm seeing a lot of people also complaining about the fact that Miz and R-Truth are still your tag team champions. And I get your concerns, but they are entertaining whether we like it or not. Really intrigued by the Sami, Zayn, and Alpha Academy storyline. First of all, Sami Zayn apologized, but it seems like Alpha Academy understood. They saw the footage back. Oh my god, WWE making sense. You can rewatch these moments. You can use YouTube in WWE Universe, Hulu, whatever. Oh my god. Then later in the ring, we saw the same thing. Chad Gable claims they're happy. Sami says, do they look happy? Chad Gable doesn't care. He says, you're going to face a different side of Otis. So we got Sami versus Otis, which was a very quick match because Chad Gable ruined it for Otis. What Otis is going to do, is he targeting Sami or Chad? Of course, he attacked Sami Zayn, but then he almost did it. He almost turned on Chad Gable, but left the ring. So WWE are still teasing your Penisevich. They're teasing you, they're touching it, you know, breathing into it, you know, with warm breath, but they're not doing anything with it. You know, just a little bit of, that's it. Nothing else. What I forgot to mention is that last week, I believe we saw Chad Gable and the Creed brothers in the background during whatever interview it was. So maybe at Clash at the Castle, we're finally getting it. Maybe once we get Chad and the Creed brothers, Chad is going to just beat the shit out of Otis, Akira Tozawa, and say to Maxine, you dumb, or something. We also saw Zoey and Baszler versus Fyre and Dawn. So this was pretty interesting because Fyre and Dawn actually lost the match, which is kinda weird because they made so much impact during these past 2 weeks. But we're getting a triple threat match for the Women's Tag Team Championships, which honestly is really, really refreshing. Did we ever get that for these championships? I hope it's an actual triple threat match, and not one of these matches that I absolutely hate, and I keep talking about how much I hate these matches where you can tag your opponent. I hate that shit. Finally, I want to talk about this situation. So, we got Bron Breakker versus Ilja, which is always fun to watch. Absolutely loving this. They're already two of my favorites right now, so I'm enjoying this match. A few spears, you know, Dragunov looked pretty strong, but of course Bron Breakker won the match. He wanted to beat some more out of Ilja, but of course Son Goku for the rescue. Backstage we see Ricochet taking care of Ilja. Bron Breakker attacks Ilja out of nowhere, then puts his focus on Ricochet. I'm not sure if he was supposed to land like that, but then, one of my favorite spots of the year, a power slam on top of a car. Ricochet got taken to the hospital. Samantha is crying, and I like what WWE did right here, because obviously they're acknowledging the fact that they are a couple. Not the first time, of course, but I still appreciate that, and WWE made it realistic. You know, Samantha was not on the show for the rest of the night. It was Pat McAfee who announced wrestlers. It would be weird if her fiance or husband is, you know, getting taken to the hospital and she's like, and now, Drew McIntyre! So I like that. I like these little details, and on this show we actually saw quite a lot of that. So it's all these little details that actually made me like this show. Now, of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe if you already didn't, and let me know in the comments below, did you enjoy this format of Monday Night Raw review, greatness of Raw, whatever you want to call it? So thank you so much for watching this video. Tomorrow I will be uploading one of my best videos. It's about the Shield's breakup. So I'm looking back at all these old moments, making videos, trying to, you know, make some good edits, funny moments. So if you would watch this video, I would really appreciate it. It's coming out tomorrow. It's already edited. So thank you for watching this video. The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.